And welcome back. I'm going to play Finley's, which I think was the last published course of the contest. It's a links. We'll go high winds. Let's go high winds. It should be able to cope with it. Let's go south. Okay. I have some concerns here, but we'll stick with high. Actually, no. I'll go medium, but we'll bear in mind potential of high winds. And then let's go black and let's go 4. Right. So Finley's had a couple of hundred courses that he hasn't hit the button on, and maybe 3 that he has. So this is a World Cup course, and he went the links route. So obviously, for those of you who follow the channel, this is a star with which I have some familiarity. And this is our plot. Okay. Okay, so it's just a peninsula. Ooh, these look nicely done. Yeah, lovely. Good use of the terrain painting. Okay. Terrain painting looks awesome here. We've got some fun dunes. Things on different levels. We have a town. We have an awful lot of coastline. Yeah, very happy. It looks lovely. Okay, I have some big picture thoughts on the plot. I'm gonna guess that part of this was done for time saving, but I think you've used too much coastline. The plot itself just doesn't feel that realistic, and I know we see only from down here, but still, I think you'd pride yourself on authenticity. Otherwise, I like the way you've done the little paths towards the fairways as well, and the tee boxes. Like that all looks really good. We have some weathering. Cool. All right. So my other major concern is that you've gone with the extremely firm settings, and you've not gone crazy width, which means it's going to be like hitting onto concrete. It depends how high up the extremely firm you went. No, but I found even close to maxed was very bouncy. Yeah, okay. So hole 107 yards in. I mean, I've got a generous fairway here, which is kind of half piping me back in, so that does help. Low lighting is definitely doing us some favours. The pot bunkers look lovely. Right. Yeah, I toyed with going with high winds, and I actually don't like. I don't want to show off the course like that. I think high winds along with this firmness would not be fun. Okay, so we missed it just to this side. I I like the green. I would have liked a bit more fairway around it. Would be my takeaway. But the green sculpting itself, really nice. Hey, hole 2. Land movement here feels a little odd. I think we could lower this side a bit more. It feels like we've got this hill housing a bunker, but then it's got two high points. I think either you'd go the high point here, or the whole thing kind of flat. I don't know. This one feels it's sitting a little odd. I like the setting back into an amphitheatre. Again, I think it needs more fairway around the green. I feel like that's going to be a constant. I also think you can tone down the planting back here. It's gotten a bit giant and a bit. There's a lot of stuff, which is very close to playable areas. But I guess also you were kind of fighting a deadline, so that's probably part of it. Yeah. Feed in. I think you can bounce that up there. Just brings that bunker well and truly into play. Hold. Not going to hold. What green speed did we go with? 161. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it seems to be, yeah. I'm only going to get through this one on top of. I did yours earlier and Pat's just now. Oh, that was an odd sort of swing. Yeah, I think when you just go the very, very firmness and kind of narrower fairways, you are going to lead to things like that. Which, I don't know. The more I play, like, the more links courses I do play, the more you realise like they're generally pretty forgiving in a lot of spots. Bounce over now? Oh no, we don't get the bounce when we do need it. Okay. Again, I like the green. This one has more space around it. I mean, all of this is kind of dead ground that we can't really use is the only thing. But if I roll it off back, I've got a little bit more to work with. Right. I get a spinner. Probably not. Pitching wedge pitch. Sure. Oh, that might need to turn. And it did. Yeah. Off that pot bunker, that makes no, can't complain. Lovely panoramic shots. Yeah, like give me fairway here. Loads of fairway. Because I just don't see an incentive to lay up. Especially when I'm going to get rocketed on anyway. And it's not flat. If I'm trying to play 2-iron, I'm taking a big bounce off this way. If I could play an 8, like I could play a 7-iron and probably leave myself here. I just think everything kind of pushes you towards 3-wood or driver. You're going to hit driver. And then I'll take my chances. That's fine. Pot bunkers are awesome. But I just think width, short and right, um, short and left, sorry, would have given that hole so much more. Oh, I've missed that one as well. Pulled it. Alright, see if we can do better on the second par 5. We got a friendly bounce. Okay, go to there. I like the green site. Sat down below that dune is nice. I genuinely think your fairway's just... this is going to be a comment for the whole playthrough, but I think you need about half more again on your fairway sizes. And that would have helped so much. I think it's very hard to be strategic when they're this narrow. Try and grab. And when you... The thing is, when you bump up the firmness as well, you are reducing the playable width really of those fairways because the ball's just going to shoot off in different directions. So actually, even though they are, I don't know, say a standard size, the way you've got them playing is considerably smaller than that. That's a nice par 3. Looks lovely. I wonder. Yeah, I like the tees from down here. If you just stagger the bunkers a little bit more diagonally, have the whole turn touch more, but nice. Not a great shot. Get up. Oh, we got pin high. Absolutely shot left. No. What was over the back? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then I think the spacing means that you then have to do an awful lot of sculpting in such a short space. So, like, move it out a little bit more, and then this doesn't have to be quite so severe. What have you? This one looks wider and slightly friendlier. Might be wrong. Oh no, we're not aiming there. Okay. Yeah, like you've got an awesome feature here, but it's just got no space. Right, we desperately needed fairway way further out. Yep. Everyone will hit driver, but you can. So close. If in doubt, everyone hits driver. That should... No, we've got a really firm bounce. Okay, so it wants me to just hit it at 0. Yeah, I've seen it. It's usually a sign that you've put your tears a bit too big. Again, love this. Like, no bunkers around the green's a really good choice. And again, it just needs more fairway around it. Okay. Right. We genuinely will leave that critique now. I'll try to, at least. I know I often say that and then don't. We'll try. Right. Ooh. Okay, something there. Oh, it's just not turned right. Pulled it at the top. 1 sec. I thought I saw a piece of floating grass. I think I did. Oh yeah, quite. It is what it is. Oh, that did not turn as much as I thought it would do. Dreadful putts. Uh, 502 par 4. Okay, driver it is. Okay, part 1 done. I like the green it is trying to help. That's much appreciated. That felt pretty good. Roll up. That's fine. We'll take that. Okay. Front nine completed. 2 over. Excellent work. And a 200 odd par 3. Okay. I don't love this. Feels like it needs some softening somewhere. I certainly wouldn't be putting a pin this close to it on any hole, let alone a 250 odd yard par 3. And I know it kind of funnels in, but it's just hard to explain other than that this is video gaming, and whilst that's where we are and what we're doing, we aspire to do better than that. Well, the mistake was playing Matties. And it will funnel it down. Not quite. Happily escape with a par there. Ah, nice. Okay. I like that we're starting to do something a little bit bolder now. Because previous 9 holes have kind of, dare I say, been a little safe in terms of how they've been using the dunes. So I'm glad you're stepping up a little bit here. needs to sit. That's okay. That's good green. I enjoy the little roll slash kind of puff at the front. Yeah, I like this one. And now we need to hit some sort of partial. Yeah. Oh, into window. Looks good. Nice panoramic shot. Okay, blind drive directly aimed towards trouble. I think we can make that tee shot a little friendlier if we're going blind. That should be good though. Yeah, 115 odd. Hopefully use the backstop if we need to. I mean, you will know whether you wanted that to happen or not. I feel that's not how you'd want that to play. But it's kind of inevitable when you've got the hard red slope towards another hard red slope. I think the way to solve this is just move this one back to here. And then you've got all of the same things. You keep your false front, keep this as a backstop. You can go a bit long, not too short. It's just where it is on the green. The idea is fine. It's got to be nearly sunset. He teed off like 3 hours ago. All right, what have we got here? Oh, there's some big grasses in there. Okay, half pipe fairway. I feel like we've done quite a few of those, which I think is kind of a function of how you put your firmness settings, how you've done your fairway widths. Like you had to do that. I like the green idea. Let's see how this works. Just funnel over. Yes. Fun shot. Enjoyed that. Obviously not going to make the eagle, but we're back to level par. Not every course. You definitely don't want to overdo that one. Okay. Right, now we go way down and then back up. Yeah. Fun tee shot. Yeah, still. I think if you're going tiny tapering towards the back, I wouldn't run it off on both sides. Just pick one. be an absolute nightmare to play in real life. Somewhere out there. Maybe here. I'll take that. Cheers, Tex. Really helping his fellow sort of competitors. He shows downwind. Hmm. Oh, this is so good. Close to being a really, really great hole. You need, but there's no way I can hit anything up here with the firmness you've got. It's just not holding. And the width. Yeah, me neither, Saucy. And like, yeah. Oh, we're going to go this way anyway. Doesn't matter. Well. That should be okay. Somewhere up there. Yeah, green sight's great. Idea's great. But I can tell you also, if anyone was running anything in with here, it's not, it's just too fiery. We played, that was two, right? Oh, it's just a other camera. I like that we're playing over. That's suitably dumb. This one's got to be inspired by Port Rush. Somewhere out there. Mm-hmm. One to go. It's good par three. Balance of par threes has been nice. If we had a short, actually. Let me have a little look at the distances, because now I think about it, they all feel quite long. Okay, 6 was short. Yeah, that was the uphill one. We've got a 229, a 231, a 201. I think try to vary those just a bit more. You don't need all the longs. Okay, 18's bunkered nicely. Right. And we're going to miss the fairway. No. Which leaves a crazy long way here. Even downwind. There's a lot of bounces that are very high. And yeah, as text says, you're unfortunate in that I've just come off playing a lot of these courses. That's good up and down, I think. It is. Oh, no, we're not there. We're not there yet. There we go. It was a rough round. I really enjoyed the course. I think there are a few big decisions that you took early on that I would say kind of just hamstrung you in spots. Things that are really good, like visually, it's class. Planting looks great. Environment's great. The terrain painting's great. You finished a course, which is great. Um, I really like the ideas on a lot of the holes. Some of the greens are really, really good, particularly on the back nine. Thought it stepped up once you started using the land movement more on the back nine and doing more interesting things. So 16, 17, 18, like there's some fun ideas within that. Now, as for like, just to summarize, like I felt the fairways, the combination of fairway width and ultra firm meant that it was only ever going to go one way. In terms of the playability, like the ball just keeps going and you can't really stop it, and it starts feeling a little bit like pinball. I think if you slowed down your fairways, that makes a big difference, or if you widened your fairways, it makes a big difference. But doing both of them together, that it just makes it really hard, particularly around the greens. I think just give yourself a bit more space to play with would be my main piece of feedback. But everything else, like, oh, 18 was a 5? Ugh. Oh, that's annoying. Um, but yeah, like, and keep leaning into stuff like 16, 17, like the more bold stuff. Like, I love that. But yeah, there we go. I mean, C is going to be a really rough group. There are 3 courses there. I haven't even played the other 2, but there are 3 courses there that I'd wager stick them in another group and they come through, if not coming through top. Like, that's how World Cup works. But ultimately, like, got to be the best course out of the 32 or 34 in this year's case. Anyway, this was a blast.